Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for the likes and the comments last video. So I wanted to make you this video to show you the final build of my Branded Chimera deck that I took to locals after I posted that video last week because I did get a card in that I didn't have when I was trying to show you the deck last week. But yeah, overall I took this deck to locals and it ran amazing. I love this build. This Branded Chimera now with the new ban list too, I feel like is just going to be represented more. And I don't know. I've always loved the deck since I started playing it. Some people have dropped it. I haven't dropped it. Yes, I get bored of playing it at times and doing the same combos, but I like changing it up so much that I feel like I've optimized it to my liking. So here we go. With the Chimera stuff, we're going to go three Sword Knight, of course, standard. You already know. Three Cornfield Quotal. Where is it? I probably should have organized it before the video, but I like to go into my videos as raw as possible so I can talk to you guys. So, of course, I would never play these any less. These are your starters, your searcher, just do everything for the deck. This is a 48 card profile. I would try to go back and forth on how to get it smaller, but just the way I want to run it with the cards that I have now, I have to run it at 48. I don't like limiting myself. It feels like I want to be able to be well versatile and all around with my build. So, of course, we're going to go three Gazelle and then two Berfomet, all pretty standard. And then three Chimera Fusion. I've seen people do two. I'll never lower it to below three because I love it even as discard fodder. And I mean, it's just an all around versatile card. And then the card I came in, which was an MVP, shout out to my buddy Josh who gave it to me actually at the event, at the tournament. I didn't have it. It hasn't came in the mail yet, but he had one and he's just like, here, man, have it. Tau, Master Tau. I slept on this card. This card is amazing since I have so many discard cards to go into, and he's just live at all times. I can either hard send him or just make him off of everything. So it's super nice. And sorry, guys, I'm a little congested. I think I'm starting to get sick, and I hope not because we're getting ready to go on a trip soon. But then for my discard cards for like the branded package, four Tau is the three branded opening. I was always iffy with branded opening because I really didn't have anything. I wasn't running anything besides Aliber, which I mean I like. It gives me a search and everything like that. But then I thought to myself, I was like, how can I make branded opening more versatile, especially if I open up branded fusion. So that would bring me to I play the Cartesi, of course, but I also play Quem. Quem put in so much work during the tournament because I would have branded opening. They would be like, okay, let it resolve. I would discard my card, and then I would special Quem, and they're like, what the heck? They thought I was going to do Oliver. And then I go effect. And then right then and there, they're like, well, I can't let Quem resolve normally because it's too powerful of a card. So they would imperm it or anything like that. And then I'd already have the Chimera or the Branded Fusion in hand. Or I would have my Chimera engine going. So either way, she baited out stuff all day long, and I absolutely loved it. Another card that I was playing too, going with the um, guiding or blazing was two fusion deployment. I see a lot of people running three. I like three, but I ran two personally because I was drawing so many of them in my opening hand. With two, I was drawing only one and then having another one in deck for later. When I had three, I was always drawing two of them at a time. I never just drew one. And I mean, I never really had a problem with it at two. it came up when it needed to, and it put in a lot of work for me. And then, of course, we're running the standard two. For me personally, too, it's two Fallen of Albaz. I wouldn't bump it up anymore. I wouldn't bump it up any less. That's me personally. I love it at just two. It's a perfect medium. Then we have our three Branded Fusion, of course, the MVP powerhouse of the deck. Never run it at anything less. Still didn't get touched on the ban list, which was amazing. And then for my protection, I was running three crossouts. They really never came up. They did once or twice to help me keep going through my plays, and then I would just side them out. Games two, my side outs were three of these three, Quem. So yeah, Quem and then Aliber, or I would keep Aliber in and just take out Quem. Most of the time I was taking out Quem and then fusion deployments. If this was my build going first, if I'm going second, I would side 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right around 10 cards, the same 10 cards all the time. And honestly, I didn't miss it, and it was amazing. It was amazing going second, having just that versatility and just having the same three cards or same cards all the time siding out. And then, of course, Super Poly. Super Poly doesn't need any explanations. It's an amazing card. Super broken in this format. And I didn't really play a lot of Rescue Dates like I thought I was going to, but just having them in there, just every matchup it put in work, I was able to make something, and one Call by the Grave. And then for the hand traps, I would do three in the interruption cards, three imperms, of course, standard for the crossouts as well. And then I'm playing three Ash, two Veiler, one Droll and Lockbird in case they do Droll me and I have the crossout target for it. I was thinking about running nibs and everything too, but I decided to go with, instead of the Fenrir, I did my Bestial package. Bestial's put in so much work all day. Druid's Worm, Magnemite, just everything I wanted it to do. The deck functions. As you can see the core concept of the deck and how I like to run it. And I feel like I've optimized it to the best of how I want to play it. But 48 main deck cards. If you have any ideas of what I should run, let me know in the comments. I did comment on the video last week. I did make a few misplays on my test hand combo video that I saw last week. Sorry, guys. I'm still trying to get used to playing Baron in the main deck, or playing Baron in the extra deck. So, I mean, I didn't realize that. I know Baphomet, you guys said locks you into fusions. It locks you into fusions after his effect resolves. So I can make Baron before him, and then I'm locked into fusions. But I made it accidentally before my fusions. So that was a misplay on my part. So I'll try not to do that again. But for the Chimera stuff, I'm running personally two of the King. He puts in so much work. I was going to run it at one, and then I found out throughout the entire tournament I kept going. I kept making him to rip a card out of my opponent's hand, and it was just giving me so much more advantage. I wouldn't run it at less than two. I like it. I'm running one of this just because my playstyle dumps the Master Tau. Master Tau unlocks the rest of your combo. As well, I think it's standard. I'm not running the big guy. I don't really try to OTK in this deck. I'm more of a grind game type with this deck. So I'm not running the big guy. And then for another Chimera, of course, standard two Guardian Chimera. It's Guardian Chimera. It puts in so much work. I love it. The deck is beautiful in that aspect. And then my Super Poly, of course, targets will be Garura, Mud Dragon, Mud Dragon really didn't come up much, but I like having it as like a safety valve. And then for my other Super Poly, it's of course my Draco Stapelia. I just run 3 Super Poly targets for now, and I have one in the side deck too, just in case I do run into specific matchups of Dispatter and Baron. Talking about Baron, one Baron. Put in work today. I did make a board where I wasn't locked into fusions, and I made Baron, and I set a Super Poly, so I had a Baron Super Poly face down, and that was enough to actually even give me the win because I negated his one normal summons and then continued to Super Poly the rest of his board away. It was I believe, a Therion Horus deck, and yeah, I just ended up winning the game from there, and it was amazing. And yeah, no, Baron is an incredible card. And then Magnum, I didn't really make Magnum. I just like having it as another form of interruption, give me a draw, and it's versatile. Now for the branded, I'm only running 1 Mirror Jade. I never really needed to put in work. It's Mirror Jade, 2 Albion for searching my branded fusion. I say it's an honorary branded card, but Granganul for my Cartesia. And then my Lubellion, my Rembrum, the card I make the most, and then my Lulu Wallilith. I still like having this with Granganul and Grave, just because if I already have Quem rotation, I can banish this and still have a Despia name instead of just having to go into Albion. But that's the extra deck, guys. I hope you like it. And once again, thank you guys so much. I know I'm sorry these videos have been kind of boring. I'm trying to change it up, make it different so I don't talk so much, but I just like making the videos for you guys, and I appreciate all the likes and comments to help me out as a player too. So in my side deck, I have 3 Fenriers. I'm siding in the Fenriers, just going second for the simple fact Fenrir puts in so much pressure by itself. I would love to run in the main deck, but I feel like after all this time, like I said before, Fenrir didn't do enough like the Bastiles did in the main deck. So that's why he's on the side. And then evenlies to break the board. I really didn't have to evenly anybody. I was pretty much in advantage the whole entire time, so it was nice. I didn't have to worry about it. Then I have my 3 kaijus. They're fiends also, so I can use them for Chimera Fusion. Get rid of one of your monsters. I didn't have to really worry about it against a Pearly player. I think I used it once, but that was about it. 2 droplets. I was running 3, but 2 has been fine for me. I draw it when I need it, and then when I don't need it, I just basically discard it. It's just a good little safety net for more negates. And then Cosmics, 2, and then 1 Duster for the back row. And then I have another Droll and Lockbird, especially if I know my opponent's going really hard on searching. And just to have it for cross out fodder too. Just if I want another hand trap, I'll put in Droll. I'm not running Nibiru because I feel like too many people play around it. And then I finally picked up my Dragon Knight Draco Equest. So of course for this came up, I did play a Dragon Link player, and I was able to Super Poly his Baron and his Dispatcher, so super nice. I'm glad I finally have it. So now I can bring you guys the deck, guys. Thank you so much. That was it. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll try and maybe do a combo video later this week before I head out. I'm going to be going out of town for Christmas. But thank you guys. Have a great day.